Without who? Without Luke.
Didn't think we'd ever see the day. And I'm a little nervous doing this because we've never done it before.
No, we are mere amateurs in comparison to the likes of Luke and some other big live streamers. We're not them guys, but Luke couldn't make it tonight. He's got a lot of stuff going on at work. Thanks for joining us, though. Tonight, Jacob and I are out on the St. Croix River, which is a river between the states of Minnesota and Wisconsin. I think it flows from like northern Wisconsin down to the Mississippi River. To give you a little background on what we're doing. Do we got comments on?
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Luke's usually here for this.
Ooh, there's something.
All right, there we go.
Welcome everybody. Nick Welsh, Chris Roberts. I'm gonna have to take control of the phone a little bit. Our things want to fade away. What's up, guys? Nick Welsh, thanks for checking in. Chris Roberts, what's up? Sturgeon fishing is exactly what's up. We just got baits down. We've been out on the river for 5-10 minutes, just long enough to get the live stream set up, the camera set up, the fish shack set up.
It was a hustle, that's for sure.
And people are going to start showing up. So the idea that we had for you tonight was to do a live question and answer. Ice fishing sturgeon, believe it or not, is a pretty limited thing. Limited to areas, of course, that have sturgeon.
Light better?
#1 ingredient. I'm completely washed out. Do I look like a ghost?
I think it's better.
That's better. What's up? Good luck, gentlemen. Hopefully luck doesn't play into what we have in store for you guys tonight. Pete Warner, very bright light.
There, little bottom.
There we go.
Loading.
Can we turn this one down to like 10?
Better?
No, what's the actual dial at?
There we go.
That's way better.
Way better. All right, welcome. Sorry about that.
It is the Jake and Blake live. It looks like we've got 38, Pete 47. It's growing quick. 4 thumbs up. What's up, guys? Zach Richards, Elite Flatheads down in Illinois. Lunker Lotion is with. You don't leave home without that stuff. Whether you're bait fishing, cat fishing, sturgeon fishing, you bring your Lunker Lotion with. Oh, thanks for the wish of good luck from Big TNT. Not sure what that's all about.
So we kind of just wanted to chat.
My daughter checking in. I definitely need to give her a shout out. Hello, Julia. What time is it, Jacob?
8:30.
You should be in bed, Julia. Good night. Finally a live stream I can enjoy. Oh no, we have a Luke hater.
Who said
Hey,
that?
love your videos. Thanks for the love there. See, what we're looking at, what you guys can't see is the questions pop up. It's getting fast. So if we miss some of your things, some of your comments, that's why. We're not trying to ignore you. They fade in, they fade out, and they pop up quick. Remember me, Cabela's Bass Fishing World. Do we remember him?
Hey.
That's what he wrote.
Cabela's Bass Fishing World.
I'm assuming Winter Blues?
Whew.
I wasn't there.
All right, so we wanted to just kind of get a question and answers on what we're doing out here for Lake Sturgeon. We're on the ice. We got about 12 to 14 inches of ice right now.
Yep.
And this is not a big thing that a lot of people do, especially not a lot of people that are outside Minnesota. A lot of our fan base is down south, and they think we're crazy being on ice. So we wanted to get out here, put some rods down, hopefully get a fish, but also answer any questions you guys may have. We use walleye jigging spoons.
Yes.
Yep.
The technique that I've kind of developed is it's really fine-tuned and it works really well, assuming the fish show up to participate. And right when we went live, I got excited for a brief moment. The Vexlar lit up right on the bottom. A Vexlar is a fishing graph for specifically through the ice, and it just shows a pretty plain view of the water column Anything that shows up and has interference in between is translated to the screen. And the bottom went alive right at 8:30, right when we went live. I was really hoping we'd have a treat for you, but
yeah, I think the pretty cool thing about sturgeon fishing is you can actually see them show up on your graph, your Vexilar, your Markham. You'll see them, we call it rotor rooting. So they're down on the bottom, suck, 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 suck. And you'll know, I mean, when those fish are around and when you're probably going to get a bite. So right now, nothing.
Keeping your eyes glued to the Vexilar is not the most important part of doing this, but it adds a lot of excitement to it. When it's just boring and blank for so long and all of a sudden something shows up, it gets your imagination running wild as to what may be on the bottom about to make your bobber twitch. And that suspense is exactly what keeps us coming out here night after night, year after year. I seen Lyle checked in, Catfish Weekly. He's showing us some love.
I think he said you're crazy.
We're crazy for being on the ice. Lyle, the truck is way over on shore. Some guys are driving out. We decided that there's not quite enough. We had a weighted down pickup. We just decided to bring the ATV instead. Drove that out. Easy peasy. Who else we got in here? We got 77 people, Jacob. It's growing. 78.
How deep we fishing?
We're in exactly 30 feet of water.
Yep.
And again, the sturgeon stick right to the bottom. I got one flickering.
Yeah, if you see us looking down, our holes are in front of us. We're looking at our bobbers. We're looking at the Vexilar.
And right there are the holes. And they're 10-inch auger. And what we do is we drill the first hole, and then we overlap it a couple inches and kind of bore that hole out so it's a little bit oval, and it can accommodate some really big fish. Some of the guys that use an 8-inch auger or even the 6-inch K drills, what they do is they make what they call a Mickey Mouse, and they just make a triangular pattern.
Luke's in the house.
Luke, how are we doing? Tell us, buddy.
What do we need to do better? Is this good?
We need more pure leaf. We clearly have no pure leaf in the house. Hey boys, not all your viewers are from the south. I'll be there this weekend trying to hook another sturgeon through the ice.
Heck,
I didn't catch a name on it. It all goes so quick, but good for you. The fish that we're targeting tonight, the lake sturgeon, is the biggest fish in the state of Minnesota, the state of Wisconsin. Most of the United States is going to be the biggest fish. Of course, alligator gar that we fish for in Texas, they get bigger ultimately. And white sturgeon. We traveled out to Idaho with a good buddy of ours, Eric, this summer and fished for them. So we've kind of caught the trifecta of the 3, 4, 5 biggest kinds of fish that North America has to offer. And tonight, it's all about the lake sturgeon.
For the kids fishing, thanks for joining. How's it going? Ice fishing my first time next weekend for walleye and northerns. Whoa, where'd it go? What advice do you give? Don't freeze or fall in, other than don't freeze or fall in.
That is the most important information for ice fishing, is do not freeze or fall in. Bring your Mr. Buddy, bring your striker ice floating suit.
Walleye and pike, move. If you're not catching fish, move around. Yep. That's our biggest tip.
What we're doing tonight, it's right around 0. It's getting cold. Tomorrow's -7. We are in a frontal situation right now. The past 3 days were 30 to 40 degrees highs. The lows at night weren't even that cold. So we're hopeful that the bite occurs tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised. It has been slow. I came out 2 nights ago actually, in this same general area, and I caught a 68 incher.
68 monster.
And I video streamed it over to Jacob.
His phone was into the snow. He dropped it. All right, let's answer a couple of questions here. Ben says, dead shad floating up. Nope, no dead shad. How much weight do we use to keep it still? We don't use any weight.
No weight. So what we use is I was talking about my technique earlier. We use a Wolfram custom rod that I had designed by Andy Wolfram, which he had already kind of designed one of his own that he sold to a few friends of ours, and one of them happened to be out on the ice with me one time last winter, and I got to experience fighting I think like 57, 58 inch 30, 40 pound lake sturgeon on my buddy's rod. that was built by Andy Wolfram, and I kind of took the feedback from what I felt in that thing, had it a little bit tweaked, a little bit changed, the dimensions of it, and we really came up with a sweet rod that can handle fish,
big fish,
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 plus pounds, with ease, with absolute ease. So I use small spool walleye reels,
series.
Shimano Sahara 2500s, and then thin diameter line so that you can have a high capacity on that relatively small spool. And the line that we like to use is 20 pound braided Power Pro or Suffix A32.
And the big reason why we use that thinner line, the 20 pound, a lot of people use 80 pound, we're dealing with current. The thinner the line, the less current you're going to get pulling that line away from you. Since we do use such a small spoon, we're using small line diameter.
Yep, exactly what he said. From 30 feet on the bottom to the ice where you're fishing above, when you have 30 feet of line swaying the entire way with current pulling bow in it, you're no longer in direct connection, even though it is a no stretch line. You don't want them to pull out any bow, you want the line to be straight. So what I do to achieve that is most of our weight is related to just the bait that we're dropping down. So I buy these VMC 1/8 ounce, they're called a Tingler spoon.
We're getting so backed up on comments.
We're very backed up.
Hurry up.
We got a while to go, so I'm gonna do some storytelling just to really show you guys, tell you how we like to do it.
Yep.
So we use these walleye jigging spoons, and the important thing that you have to do is upgrade the split ring and the treble hook to heavier duty stuff. Otherwise, these big fish can straighten them out. If you just come out here with a Tingler spoon and put a couple worms on it and drop it on the bottom, the split rings are going to get pulled right out of it. So you definitely got to upgrade, but it lays it down there flat on the bottom. The bait doesn't weigh much. It's got a little bit of flash to it, and you can pick it up and jig. The other day we caught like a 31-inch channel cat on this same river.
What are you baiting it with?
Fathead minnows and night crawlers. What we like to do is rip the night crawler into 3-4 pieces and thread that on there, because we have bait thieves down here, believe it or not. This river is littered with mud puppies, and if you've attempted this, whether or not you've been successful with the sturgeon, you've definitely experienced the mud puppies, and they are these disgusting little creatures that try to eat your bait. We're going to get caught up with comments, Jacob.
Do we use glowing lures?
Yes, we do.
It's never slow on live stream. I was going to catch fish. We're going to catch one, Luke.
Love the orange hat.
Live bait or artificial bait? We use live bait.
And artificial bait, because we do add an attractant to it. We use this anise flavored Atlas Mike's Lunker Lotion that we get from Dave Ashby, our tackle sponsor at Bottom Dwellers Tackle.
Luke is staying home getting warm. Yep, Luke couldn't get out of work quick enough. We actually got out pretty late and had to hustle our butts here. So we will show the setup, James Smith. Thanks for joining. You guys are fishing the river right now? If so, our river here in Montana is slushy, not frozen. We're fully frozen over. Blake likes to talk. We know that. Yep.
Who said that?
Andy Smith.
Okay.
Mr. Andy Smith. What is a mud puppy? It's a salamander, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a salamander that lives its whole life under the water. Show us your equipment. We'll get to that in a second. Hi, you're my hero. Thanks, Josh Overson. I'm staying warm too. BK. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Peter. Love you, bud. Good to see you. All right, let's take a look at this gear.
Here is what we have going on. Try and get it to focus here.
Get it in the light. There you go.
So that's the spoon. I kind of got a little bit of shadow going on. So it's just a jigging spoon. This one is orange glow with like a chartreuse glow to it. One of them fatheads is still partially alive. He's twitching. So you pinch down a couple of fatheads. That's one night crawler. And then we add the Lunker Lotion. And when it comes to Lunker Lotion, a little bit is plenty. This stuff Smells really good. It smells like black licorice.
I cannot believe he's giving away his secret right now.
Oh no, this is no secret. I made their stocks fly through the roof. I think that this product is fantastic. So just a little bit on there, a little bit on the line. Sturgeon have eyeballs. Some people think I'm nuts, but I glow the jig up. They have eyeballs for a reason.
It works.
This water is relatively clear. I have better success than you do.
Jeez. All right, so he's going to just drop that down to the bottom. He's got the setup there. That's the Wolfram Custom with the 2500 series.
This was the first one that he ever made like this, so I just had him make it plain Jane. I told him throw a green tip on the end and a couple of green wraps around each one of the eyelets.
Show him the action there.
EVA foam. Reel seats quite a bit forward so that when you're fighting a fish with this rod, you get to support everything with your forearm muscle and keep your whole forehand. It's not exactly balanced, but this isn't about a precision bite. This isn't a finesse tactic. This is only all about fighting a big fish. So what we do is I put it into a rod holder, fully seated into there so I know nothing's going to happen. These things typically bite light, but sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes they'll swim through, they'll smash your bait and try and go away with it. And if it's a big fish, pole's going bye-bye.
So what are you doing there with the bobber?
Okay, so the bait is resting on the bottom right now, down the hole past the Vexlar, sitting 30 feet beneath us right now. And I have the line. I can feel that the jig just touches down right there. So I pull all the slack out between the two front eyelets. And the reason that I do that is I have a modified bobber, and that'll kind of show you how I modify it. You just snip it open so it's a hook, just like a candy cane. Put that onto the slack line loop, and then what I do is I take a pile of snow,
Little snowman,
little snowball, and you rest the bobber on the snowbank. Now, if anything, it's a hair trigger, and you can really fine tune it by kind of adjusting where your snow pile is, or maybe your rod holder if you want to do it that route. But now anything touches the line, if I'm sitting there looking at the phone, not paying attention to what I should be paying attention to when I'm fishing, I'm still going to notice it. It's reactionary. It falls off of its perch on top of the snow, and we know immediately that something is down there. Detach the bobber. You're ready to go.
All right, let's try
back to comment.
Mount this thing up again here.
98 people, Jacob. We're not doing too bad.
Hey, Luke, we're showing you up, buddy.
Danny Cal, welcome to our live stream. Use a flash from the.
We got the front-facing camera, so we can't use a flash.
No, he's talking about glowing up the baits.
Oh,
use the flash from the camera. We have a really high-powered LED light down by Jacob's knees right now that we basically use it.
Luke, go show them how to do it. Showing me up, that's cute, he says.
Sonny Parker.
All right, there we go.
Is that any way to?
No, that was Luke.
Okay. Comments went away.
Yeah, we caught up.
No questions? We're caught up? We're not caught up. We're buried beneath them. Text. Northwoods Angling Luke is telling us text. Read the text. What's up, guys? Robert Mount.
Where's your phone? There, read that. Did you text Luke or Blake?
I think that he texted us some pointers. You maintain the comments, and I'll see what Luke's telling me.
Danny Cal, we're out here targeting lake sturgeon on the St. Croix River. We got 2 rods down, one left of me, one right of me. Right, left, what? It's backwards.
Okay, Luke. I read your comments. Thank you, everybody that's been subscribing to our channels, Northwoods Angling.
Yeah, for sure.
There's 4 of us. Jacob, myself, Luke. He's kind of running the show from his computer tonight. He scheduled our live stream. And Peter's been busy with work, busy with the family, and he lives quite a ways away from here, so he stayed in tonight. No sinkers. How heavy a jig? Brian Claywitter, 1/8 ounce. That's all you need. As long as you're using thin diameter line that doesn't have a ton of resistance against the water, you're able to get. Look what the walleye guys do. They jig with 1/8 ounce jigs.
How large is the hole in the ice?
10 inch.
10 inch.
10 inch by about 14 inches.
Which means about Jake could probably fit in there, you think?
Yeah, we can cram him right down there. How do you guys make sure you are safe on the ice? Spud, pop holes here and there. Yeah, so early season when you're unsure of the ice conditions, you do want to come out with spud bar. Check your ice thicknesses. If you pop through in a couple of medium chops, it may be a little too thin. No fish is worth falling through the ice.
We did a video on our Facebook about how to check ice, so did we put that on there? I think we did.
No, I think that we filmed that for something else.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't see any on the bottom. Let's try to...
Brian's telling me to bite my tongue.
Bite your tongue,
Do you want to see a live stream with no talking?
Must have been strong current using 8 ounces. That must have been on the Missouri River. How do you guys make sure you're safe? We read that one.
In Idaho, folks, we are using 20 ounces of weight to keep our baits on the bottom. So in comparison, 1/8 ounce all the way up to 20 ounces. Different river conditions, different terminal tackle situations that are needed. 101, we're triple digits.
Hey guys, thanks for sharing the stream.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of shares. Thanks for the thumbs up. Really helps us out.
Yep.
Really gets the word out.
We appreciate all of it. Nope, I don't. Talk away. Brian, you've been trumped. They want to hear us jaw-jacking all night long, sitting on the ice. We're literally kneeling. These striker ice suits are super nice. They got padded knees, so it's not that bad.
Skull Vikings,
Skull
yes.
Vikings. No, you guys don't know yet, but the Vikings are probably going to lose this week.
Catch a fish, we are trying.
Maybe, maybe not.
You're feeling a fish.
I'm feeling a fish coming up. Nothing on the graph right now, Luke.
Northwoods domination. Andy Smith, one of our biggest fans. Thanks, Andy.
Number one fan.
So we just got back from Alabama. Myself, Luke, and Peter. We were down there fishing the Winter Blues on Wheeler tournament. I actually got to do a media pass and film for Winter Blues on Wheeler. So that's what's on my docket here the next couple weeks, month, is to edit all the footage I got from Winter Blues.
How much data did you get?
I got about 450 gigs of data to go through. So
he's busy.
I'm going to be running through all of that, making a beautiful Winter Blues on Wheeler video for them so that they can use it as promotion to go out and get more people to fish for these catfish and spread the word. And
Casey Murphy says, don't jinx it. No, the fish at the bottom, I have certain superstitions, and I'm kind of feeling like they may think that this live stream has something to do more with Luke, and these fish probably want to come topside to meet him too. Just as I said it, we got activity on the graph, so that kind of gets me excited and gets my attention distracted from there to down here. Jacob
phone. Somebody keeps texting me. I can't read it right now. How many hours a week do you guys fish? Between the whole crew, Blake's out here probably 3 or 4 nights a week. I'm out here about 1 to 2 nights a week. Luke's probably 1 day a week during the ice season. And Peter's about the same as me, 1 to 2 nights a week. So hours, it's probably a lot between the combination of all of us. We're usually able to stay on a pretty big fish bite throughout the winter for these lake sturgeon. So I can't wait to see some footage from Winter Blues. Thank you. Yep, it was a blast, and I was able to get behind the scenes with Winter Blues, record some of those monster fish coming into the weigh-in. So yep.
Any pout videos coming up? That is something that we've discussed. Blake, can I borrow your rod when you go up to Lake of the Woods? Josh?
Yep, you can. Nope.
My babies, Josh. Come on.
Yep. Look, Luke's going to be going to the Catfish Conference, so check him out there. I know he's going to be hanging out with Muddy River Catfishing.
Right. Lots of apparel for sale.
Yep.
I think we're going to get some hoodies down there with Luke, some hats, some merchandise, some stickers to give away.
Somebody said Luke takes off the ice season. That's pretty much about it.
That's accurate. Luke is an avid gamer. I don't even know if avid is the right word.
What kind of graph? We're using a Vexlar
FL18.
FL18.
Old school.
It's got bottom zoom, so that's the biggest thing we look at is the bottom zoom. See if there's any activity in that first couple feet of the bottom. 101 people watching, 44 thumbs up.
Thank you guys for the thumbs up.
Heck yeah. What do you guys think about this new orange hat we made? Can they see
I didn't get one of those.
You didn't get it?
No. As a matter of fact, they were kind of unveiled at another live stream a couple weeks ago that Luke orchestrated, and I seen it come
Show
on.
the graph and teach the southern guys. Oh, that's a good idea. All right, here we go.
All right, here's what we got going on here.
Where is it?
This and us fishing graph.
No.
Is it for the southern guys? They're the ones who don't know what this
for the
is.
southern guys.
Here's the power button. Switch that. So it translates to, right now the setting is on 2 times magnification, I guess you'd say. That's the top. That's the full spectrum of the water column. The bottom starts at 15 times 2.
So we're in 30 feet.
Exactly. So what we like to do is turn it to the auto zoom feature, and now you can ignore that whole side of the graph, and this side here represents the bottom and up 6 feet. So really, if they sold a Vexilar that only had this part right here, if they sold a Vexilar that big, I'd buy it.
Just the bottom 6
and
feet.
And it'd make a good product for them, because I'd probably drop it in the hole, and I'd have to probably buy 2 of them per winter, or tie something to it that floats.
Vexilar FL18. All right. I wonder how much foam battery. All right, I'm at 17. I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
Well,
you better put a charge back.
I'll get a charge back on.
So what we're doing is we're in a hub shelter right now. Eskimo Fatfish 949 insulated, which I think means, I don't know what 949 means. Maybe it's
I think it was
949 cubic.
Where can we put that?
Feet. Something.
All right, I gotta plug my phone in. Give me a minute. Square feet, Luke says. Inches.
Square inches.
Square inches.
Okay.
All right.
Luke's the
hold on one second.
Wisdom there.
111 people. That's insane.
Holy cats! Are we caught up on comments besides the ones that we've entirely missed altogether?
All right, I got her plugged in.
Exciting things happening for Northwoods. I'll let the cat out of the bag. I'm traveling up to Canada crappie fishing Wednesday, a little under a week away from now.
My knees are freezing.
I'm taking that trip solo. I think I'm going to bring the GoPro, a light, a little audio, and the drone, and try and put some stuff together. Of that 450 terabytes of data that Jacob took down in Wheeler, Alabama.
Yep, so Luke's going somewhere, or sorry, Blake's going somewhere next week. Luke's going somewhere in 2 weeks. So they're both bringing camera gear with them. So there's going to be a couple little spin-off shows with just featuring Blake, just featuring Luke, and then we're doing a couple full group together shows here come February. So show the whole plans.
We got to get close. Not mentioning that one.
Yeah, Luke, when you watch the Vexilar, it's kind of like gaming. You should like this.
But you don't. You win fish.
Here's a good one for you, Blake. How do you target lake sturgeon through the ice and have only been getting small ones?
That's luck of the draw. After you spend enough time and move around enough and explore new areas, eventually maybe you will kind of find areas. I am lying.
It's
you
the
take the lunker lotion, you put it on the bait, you put it on the bottom, and magical things happen. We're not sponsored by them, but you can get it through our sponsor at Bottom Dwellers Tackle. And they have a whole bunch of different varieties of it. They got stuff that works for trout, panfish. I heard a very long time ago from a very wise man that anise flavor is very attractive to fish. I was browsing our sponsor's website. I came across this and I thought, for a couple bucks, what could it hurt? Now I absolutely live by it. It is great stuff.
We tested it last year. Blake would put lunker lotion on. We wouldn't. He'd get every dang fish. So I'm a believer. You may not be. Maybe
94 by 94. I'm assuming you're talking about 94 inches by 94. You're probably talking about the 94 River Bridge There's some sketchy ice down that way, so if you're gonna go looking for a 94-incher,
what's your
there, Brian, back in the 60s, like 800 years before Jacob and I were born, he had some anise flavored fish attractant. Brian, get more. Your customers will not be disappointed. The house, not the bridge.
What's your biggest sturgeon?
Through the ice, 69 inches.
69?
Yep.
By what? How big was the girth?
31.
31. That's unbelievable.
Big heavy fish. I'm gonna check my text messages because Luke's coaching us. Luke is like our remote coach right now.
I agree. Anise works for many species. Oh, that's good to know. We've never used it on anything but lake sturgeon, have we? Luke, if you have any tips, let us know. Oh, well, we're not marking anything. How long do you guys want us to run this live stream?
Peter, if you're watching us right now, which I think you are because you just texted me, you text him then.
Text who?
That's between me and Peter.
Oh, okay. Pure leaf, that may be
Pure
why.
leaf may be the determining factor in our lack of success this evening. But I don't. That's Luke's thing. I don't drink that.
Let's see. You guys are doing fine. Thank Lucas Phillips. What are you guys hoping for? Huge lake sturgeon through the ice.
We want an 80-incher. Any
idea when Bottom Dollar's Tackle is getting their catfish wasteling back in stock? I heard they had vendor issues with. I know Chat Cats needs one. I do not know Panfish. I could ask.
An all-nighter, that will not happen. We got to wake up. Tomorrow stuff's going on. Would love to see you guys do a winter blues training for us new guys. We could do something like that. Yeah, absolutely. It's good for you guys to comment and let us know what you want. Brian says the late Rod Robinson used anise oil on shrimp and let it sit for a day. It worked good if you could stand the smell. It probably does smell absolutely disgusting. Lyle Stokes, we're doing awesome. Jacob, high five. We're doing awesome. Lyle, he gave us this seal of approval.
I got to meet Lyle here this last
and I didn't. Minnesota awesome fishing. Go until you catch a fish.
Someone's burning.
I'm game for that. We've been kneeling on the ground, so if you see any smoke coming up, nothing's on fire. Our pants are drying out. Yep. It stinks horribly. It's basically evaporating fish slime and river water off of the bottom of our bibs. So we're gonna back up a little bit. We just turned the Mr. Buddy, Big Buddy heater onto high, so both sides are kicking full.
What's up, buddy? How's the boat doing? I know you had some issues at Winter Blues. It's the coolest boat I've ever seen in my life, guys. ProCat 240 modified paint job. He had a 15-inch Solix Mega on the back panel. It was awesome. Just the coolest boat I've ever seen.
What part of the St. Croix? The part that is filled with water. Nice oil and no, that's called, it's AN.
Muddy River Catfishing's in the house. There. What's up, Chris?
We'll take any amount of.
I saw somebody that asked about boots. I get a lot of crap for my boots from these guys, and I'll show you why.
Mine are moon boots. Mine are one piece, like a little kid that doesn't know how to tie his boots. But if I have one buddy that's not whining about his feet,
I'll tell you one thing: I get quicker, or get ready quicker.
Chris Flores, Muddy Rivers Catfishing.
What's up, Chris? Good to see you in the stream.
More comments. we're dropping down, guys. Keep the shares going. Keep the thumbs up going. We're at 97 people watching us two goons try and catch a gigantic fish through the ice. It will happen. If there's one thing that I do have going, it's confidence. Windy out there, Brian, you have no idea. We have 3 of the corners of the shack anchored down with these like screw type contraptions, and the other side is completely tied to the ATV to keep it from blowing away. It's very, very windy out here, and the wind is going right up and down the river channel, following that river valley, blowing all over us.
Doug Vaughn, yes, buddy, we'd love to do some cats.
There he goes. He used to have red boots with yellow tips, but he got sick and tired of the Superman jokes.
I get that. Are you going to the moon? Yes. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Gigantic.
What happened here? Did I hit it?
Yeah, Jacob's Oh, and there is a fish, guys. The excitement may be real. So, Jacob, reset your bobber and back up a little bit. You're really smoking off the pants. Yeah. So, everybody watching this, cross your fingers, say a prayer, do whatever you do. I don't know if you got some kind of dance you could do that would help us out. Something. There's a fish somewhere underneath of us. Picture we're in a 7x7 enclosure. Somewhere 30 feet beneath us is a fish right now that wants that lunker lotion. And I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Not a mud puppy.
Oh! Lunker lotion side just got popped.
Mud
puppy.
Oh, BK!
Oh, he popped off. There is
BK.
Stuff here. BK. Oh, Jacob, wake up!
Ah! Hold on. Is it a fish?
I don't know, but if you're giving him rod tip.
Nope. Oh my god.
All right, the mud puppies have moved in, but if you are a sturgeon fisherman, never be afraid of catching mud puppies. Some of the best nights that I've ever had with catfishing or sturgeon fishing through the ice. I've caught 25 sturgeon and 50 mud puppies. So they really kind of travel hand in hand. I'm gonna move the phone a little bit. Whips with a puppy is free. Absolutely. Guys, now that I know there's mud puppies active, now that I know they've moved in, so I haven't been catching them. This exact area that I'm fishing right now, I've spent about 5 days at already this year, probably all within the past 3 weeks, and I have not been getting many mud puppies. So it's a welcome sight when you can avoid them, but when you run into them thick, it can get old. One bit of information that we can give you about mud puppies is they are an important part of the ecosystem.
You gotta talk there. I don't know if I can hear you.
They are an important part of the ecosystem. They are supposed to be there. So when you catch them, they should be returned to the water. They should be shown a little respect. Don't throw them out onto the ice. That's just not cool. But one thing that I found has worked very well for me is bring a bucket, bring something with that you can drop the mud puppies into. They'll stay awake, they'll stay alive outside of the water. When you go to leave, dump them back in. Everything's done. You don't have to worry about that mud puppy going back down to the bottom, re-eating your bait and having to catch it again. Because any time spent with your bait not on the bottom is completely ineffective.
You gotta move over. This composition is just killing me.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
All right, so 2 whips on the mud puppy. We're sitting at 38 minutes exactly. I think we're holding our own.
We're holding our...
Luke!
We got some game going, boys.
Yes! 0 pure leaf. Plenty of YouTube live stream.
Text. Luke's telling us to do something.
The chair is behind us, so when I have to review
phone.
it...
You guys ever do any crappie fishing? I'm not a huge pan fisherman. Pete is. Pete's the guy. If you want to talk about crappies, panfish, message Pete. He does a lot of that. He knows some great lakes up north to go catch monster crappie, and I don't do it. I will do it. I mean, I'll go film a show and do it just because I know some people like it. I want the big fish. I want the huge fish. I want the fish that all of you guys go, what the heck is that?
But from time to time, we also like some fish that taste delicious. So I'm heading up to Canada on the very top side of Lake of the Woods and fishing for some gigantic crappies. Where are we fishing right now? Minnesota-Wisconsin border. We've filmed quite a bit of shows out here. We've probably got half a dozen open water things. I think we did 2 different sturgeon ice fishing episodes last year.
Oh.
Both of them have fish over 60 inches. One of them even has 2 fish over 60 inches.
Truben Box says sturgeon are tasty. I've heard that.
Yes, actually. Yes. Actually, we have a harvest season where an angler can harvest 1 fish per year. There's like a slot size, and it's kind of a tall order to catch one because there's a guy in here named Blaine, Jacob.
Doug Vaughn, this is how deep the ice is. It's probably about 12 to 14.
About a foot.
Yep.
Jacob's like 4 feet tall, so a quarter of him. Are they the largest fish out there? They absolutely are. Documented to be the largest freshwater fish pretty much within like 1,000 miles. There's nothing else bigger in our entire area. 63 thumbs up. 15 new subs. You guys have no idea. Subs are what it's all about. Likes, shares. It's all exposure for us. So the only way for us to get bigger and deliver more stuff to you is to broaden our base. And when you guys show us love, that's the result. We get you guys more quality content.
Doug Vaughn, when I look as tall as him in a video, yeah.
That's how it would normally
look. He's hunkering down. I'm on my tippy toes.
And I've been on my knees for 40 minutes.
Are they cold?
No, but my ankles feel arthritic.
Never fished Wisconsin Dells. I don't know if you have. I haven't.
I didn't even... You fish in the water park?
Phone, he said.
Is there super rare fish or oddities out there? There is actually. We've got a filter feeding fish here called a paddlefish, a spoonbill paddlefish, and they get really, really big, and they just swim around with this gigantic mouth. That was a complete exaggeration. This is not Jaws. They've got a very large mouth with like a big duck bill basically out the front, and they feed on plankton, and guys accidentally jig them up and catch them that way. So that's kind of our oddity freak show fish that we have out here.
I'll get my pure leaf going. This is Jacob's pure leaf right here. Since we're such late night fishing, I gotta have some caffeine.
Gotta have a little caffeine.
A little bit of caffeine. Oh, we're marking another one.
We are. We've got something moving in right now. I'm going to adjust the Vexar a little bit so I can kind of keep it in eye shot without avoiding all you beautiful people out there in YouTube land.
What other questions you guys have? Anything
we have paddlefish here. Yep, they're pretty widespread. Sturgeon, not so much. It's like they're kind of more cold water species, it seems like. However, I watched a video the other night. They've got them down in Florida. They've got them all over.
Sturgeon?
Yep.
What's the favorite lure for catching walleye? Mine's a jig and a plastic.
Yeah, mine too. It's fun catching them on crankbait sometimes.
You guys plan a winter blue catfishing trip? We just got back from Alabama doing winter blues on Wheeler. We got a show for ourselves, Northwoods Angling. We got a show for winter blues on Wheeler. We did the whole weigh-in. We did the captain's meeting. I'll be editing that through the next month. But I'll try to get our show out here in a couple of weeks. Super cool underwater footage of some blue catfish, by the way. I got to look at it yesterday and just unbelievable. It was awesome.
Really great drone footage that he got too. He shared some of that with me. So you guys stay excited. We've got more. We're not planning on disappointing anytime soon. And the ice fishing season is in full effect. Like we said, we got frontal conditions tonight, so there wasn't a ton of faith that it would just be the greatest night ever, but we wanted to say hi to our fans. And
Michael Lawrence says, tell us about what the gear you wear, bibs. How warm and waterproof are they?
As warm as they get and as waterproof as anything. This is Striker Ice. He uses the hard water suit, and he uses the Predator, and I use the hard water. They float.
Yep.
They have really, really padded knees. Everything is waterproof. Pockets galore. We're not sponsored by these guys, but if
it's the best ice fishing suit I've ever owned in my life.
A quick Google search.
And these things are pretty cool. If you need a rag, you just have a rag on your leg at all times.
Yep.
Let's see here.
More questions. Tell us more about the gear. We got caught up on that one. Make a trip to Wisconsin with a guide for salmon. We spent some time on Lake Superior with some guide buddies of ours. That was very cool. Wisconsin is in our future.
Yeah, just to update you guys, Luke couldn't make it tonight. This is our first time doing a live stream without Luke. Let us know how we're doing. I hope we're doing good. I hope you guys like it.
And if you see the Northwoods pop up, that is Luke. So if you want to ask
you can
at
talk
Northwoods
to Luke
a question, he can help us out a little bit too if you have any that you want to direct towards him.
Do you guys have kids? Blake's got 3 daughters.
I've got 3 daughters, 2 twins, 7-year-olds, and a daughter that checked in at the beginning of her bedtime at the beginning of this stream that's 10 years old. And Jacob.
I got a 15-year-old boy named Riley. He's taller than me now. He'll be 16 in March, and he's driving. Crazy. Do you guys have alligator gar out there? No, we don't.
Historically, they are native to our part of the Mississippi River before all the damming went on. Historically, they have been this far north, but that's ages ago. We have to travel down to, I suppose, probably the closest area that we could successfully target them would be Oklahoma. But once you've already got that much time invested in the road, why wait? We just continue going beyond that. Why not wait? We keep on going down to the Trinity River. Awesome, awesome fishery. Gigantic alligator gar. We have a lot of fun down there.
You guys see a big difference through the season in terms of what you're catching as far as ice fishing goes? I think for myself and for you, the sturgeon bite picks up a little later in January. I don't know about last year, but I feel like late January, early February is kind of when we started getting into the big fish. So, although he caught a 68 2 nights ago. So, shout out to Anthony Rains, please. What's going on, Anthony Rains?
Underwater footage does sound cool. You have no idea. It
Doug Vaughn,
so
it was awesome. These guys are doing great on live, huh? Thanks, Luke. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Have you guys caught a sturgeon yet? Nope, we haven't.
No. We set up, well, according to the timer, it's on 46 minutes. That's about how much time we've spent with baits on the bottom. We've had like 2 definite fish move in on the graph and move off. You're not going to win them all. But chances are if they show up in this small area on your fish finder underneath your shack, they've come over for a reason. They smell the bait. They've got barbels that hang off the front of their mouth, front of their face, their entire head. They're really cool, really evolved, old prehistoric fish. Been around for tens of millions of years, and there's a reason. They're incredibly adapted. Their whole entire head has these little tiny pores on it that can taste and smell their food, and they have little barbels that hang off the front that can detect, I think, smell, vibration, stuff like that. And they just swim around and they hoover up the bottom of the river.
I didn't think he was that smart. All right.
He underestimated me.
Just seeing those at Shields, yeah.
Where's the pork and beans, man? We left the food at home. It's late. We've already eaten our dinner. All we brought was stuff to drink.
I always love the videos. Thanks, Nick. Really appreciate it. Hand wipe pads are awesome. Yep, agree, Luke. They're doing great, Luke. Thanks, guys. When you go into the boundary waters, I did that about 6 years ago. I love the boundary waters, that's for sure. We should do a Northwoods goes north to the boundary waters. That's a great suggestion. Thanks, bud.
If you guys don't know what the boundary waters are, they do not allow outboard motors.
This is Northwoods' best live stream yet. Luke, not true.
It's not true. It's just Eric trying to keep you down. He's keeping down the Luke.
Let's see. Doing great. Thanks. Headed to work. Thanks for joining, Danny Cal. Way better. Y'all are pros. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Looking to get new gear for the ice bowl season. Heck yeah. These are... Eric, by far, get these bibs. They are the best things you'll ever buy.
Eric, we showed the bait that we have on my side. Jacob, his pattern is fire tiger. Corn tiger, if you will. He's got a fire tiger glow spoon down his hole. And we're hoping for great things.
Ooh! Low blazer.
We should probably add that to our...
what?
Some Luke. They want it. You know what they want from Luke.
Oh! Oh! Is that what you guys are missing? Doing great. Luke's just a pretty face. Yeah, he is really good looking, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, boss man, do you ever use circle hooks through the ice? I used to use circle hooks before hooking up with Blake. I can tell you my hookup percentage when we switched over to these treble hooks on the spoons was, I mean,
you don't
greatly increased. You don't miss them.
If sometimes the mud puppies fall off, we had that happen a little bit ago. If you want to call back, rewind back and watch that later.
Rewind back.
I felt the weight of mine hang on for a little bit, but they move in quick. They're tiny critters. I think the biggest ones that you'll catch are probably 16, 18 inches long, so they're not much. They don't put up much of a fight, and these are really heavy pulls. So what they are designed for is big lake sturgeon. What they are not designed for is little lake sturgeon. But that's not really what you come out to fish for, is the smallest of species. Obviously you want the biggest reward. And these things perform really well with huge sturgeon. You can't really even tell when a mud puppy's on. They just give the line a little resistance.
You guys been hearing anything more about silver carp moving in? I haven't. Have you?
No, but if you look back on the data that they have available, they have surveyed silver carp, jumping Asian carp, whatever you want to call them, big mouth carp, in our areas for the past 20 years. This is nothing new. They don't seem to have a stronghold in our area. However, we've traveled to other parts of the country. We use...
what's that? And there's a fish on the bottom. His bobber just came off, so if he hooks up, I'll move the camera.
Mud puppy. Stay on, buddy. Stay on, buddy. Stay on. Come up topside. We got a treat for you.
We get to show you a mud puppy.
We get to show you guys a tiny one. Just a baby, cute little pup. Oh, get the camera down for this part.
Uh-oh.
This little fella. Oh, it's tried to bite me. I gotta get the bait down. So I'm gonna charge up this. So, oh, Jake, yours just got popped.
Here, hold that.
Hello, everybody. Oh, it hit me in the face. There's my jigging spoon.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
You're not gonna understand what he's still there.
That was
okay.
100% a fish.
Oh, no. We gotta open our bails. I'm one-handed. Bear with us. Jacob, did you sting him?
Oh,
did he feel the hook?
I stung him for sure.
We just talked about it. So what we're gonna do next time is I'm gonna set the hook for Jacob.
Get out of here.
Because I looked over and he didn't reel out the slack on it. So
yeah, it was fully reeled out. You shut your mouth.
No, your hook set was high as can be. This is 0 stretch line.
Blake likes to take over, but I definitely just missed one. That's for sure. It felt like good weight. Oh no. Oh.
Get the bait down.
It is down. Gosh dang it.
I gotta fix that for you. All right, talk to them.
All right.
Jacob's in recovery. You just got to watch what it's like the misery of defeat. I've got my headlight on right now.
I like how you guys do the kind of fishing we can go out and do. You guys got me to get my first flathead, finally something other than a channel. That's awesome, Nick. That's what we want. We want to be able to show you guys how we do it, so maybe hopefully you can as well. You don't have to have the biggest boat. You don't have to have the biggest shed. Just the aspirations to go out there and catch a big fish.
Move over, you got this thing all wonky.
Oh, there's a mud puppy right here.
Yeah, show him. That's why we have him.
The light's not good enough there. Oh my god. I gotta touch this thing? Hold on. Alright, let me put him down. My hands are all nasty.
They might want to just put him in front of the light because we don't have the best lighting situation. The fish is back. The fish is back. You guys entertain yourselves looking at that, and I'm going to be glued to the graph. There's a donkey.
He's so cute. Look at him.
There's sometimes that a fish comes in on the graph and you have great feelings about it, and you know great things are going to happen.
Oh, dude, look at that.
Right now, that's occurring, and it came on my side.
Here we go.
Nope. He might have bumped it.
And he thinks he's a good hook setter. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's look at this.
No, what?
I can't.
I didn't feel weight. He just bumped it.
I can't even hold this. Here we go.
Alright, guys, stay tuned.
He's got little hands. Look at him. Creeper. Ah!
We've got confidence.
Alright, so that's a mud puppy. I'm going to let him. You want to keep him in the...
Oh, it's just a donkey.
Hold on.
He wants it. He just brushed up against it.
Yep.
So what we got to do is back up a little bit. Back up, please. So we can really get a good view.
Robert Schmidt, we're going to Rainy in April.
Way, I have to be able to... There you go. No, you're blocking that bobber.
It's alright. You guys typically sit on one spot. No, we usually move around. But Blake's been kind of honing in on spots lately. Found this spot. Caught a 68 a couple nights ago. We're marking fish, so we're not moving. Where in the world? Would you love to fish? I want to go to Thailand.
Oh, Thailand? I
want to go to Spain too for the wells.
Spain's very, very high on the list.
Thanks for keeping it clean. Always try.
Always.
Thanks for making sure those comments get out of there, Luke. Where did you do the underwater footage at? It was on Wilson Lake, Doug. I thought it wasn't going to be clear enough. When we pulled the footage, it was phenomenal. What's the guy's biggest PB sturgeon? Blake's got a 69.
He's got a 70.
I got a 70. Mine wasn't through the ice. His was. The only thing you guys will catch is a cold. Not true. You guys think the desert rack could handle ice fish, and it's 46 degrees over here, and I'm wearing a jacket? Chris, yes, it's probably 50, 60 degrees in this tent, so you'd be fine.
He's back. He's rooting. He wants it. He smells my lunker lotion. He's on the graph. They only show up for one reason. They wanna party with us.
All right, let me get caught up. You keep watching. Thanks for all the info, fellas. Are you fishing the bottom of the break? Is nighttime the best, or do you catch any during the day? I went out yesterday during the day. We didn't catch one fish. Today we're marking a lot more fish. So yeah, I think nighttime's better. Ice fishing is fun. One of the local creeks froze over really good, but I couldn't find an auger. Use an axe. Just got my Tomcat medium heavy. Awesome, dude. Robert, how do you like it? I have a newfound appreciation for our desert weather. Yeah, you do. If we go outside this shack, everything's gonna freeze. Circle hooks won't work for vertical hook sets. Good point.
Not well.
Not well.
All right, he's back on the graph. So when this happens, we're fishing for 4, 5, 6 foot long fish, and the scope of the transducer's beam that shoots down is relatively narrow. It's only a few degrees. He's right beneath us right now. No, don't you do nothing.
He moved it.
No, he didn't.
He did. I saw it. And BK, he's not setting my hook. It's not happening.
But I will coach him through it every time that I can. You guys,
he's like
stay
a dad.
tuned. Stay tuned. It's gonna get good. He's there. He wants the lunker lotion. Something I didn't tell Jacob. His side doesn't have lunker lotion. Mine does. You seen the mud puppy come in from the left side.
Is that what happened? Is that what you did to me?
You just skipped a step. He put his own bait on. He dropped down to the bottom. He skipped a step. If he wants to reel it up and experience a true difference, it's right behind us. He's there. He's looking for which one. And what I imagine this fish is doing. Oh no! Now don't give him any.
Shush your mouth.
You're giving him rod tip. Reel down. Don't feel. Might be a puppy. But also what I was saying is these 4, 5, 6 foot fish, when they're swimming through, they can bump into your line. Yeah. You can get thumped by a tail.
Well, that's not gonna catch a fish now, is it?
No. That one has been stripped of its bait. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get out a night crawler, put that on, tear it in 3 pieces, put one on each treble hook.
I didn't know that. Thanks. How do you know when the ice is safe?
It has to be you have to determine that kind of on your own. The worm's down there. Rip it into 3 pieces. I'll take care of these comments. How do you know when the ice is safe? That's exactly how. Walk out, use caution, check your path, make sure you're not just following advice. That's something that happened this year. There was somebody in the area telling people that it was perfectly safe to come out. Jacob and I felt confident that it seemed like good information. We showed up the very next day, and it was horrible. There was like 1.5 inches, 2 inches of ice, and that wasn't going to cut it for us that day. We fished for a little bit. We found an area that had mediocre.
All right, guys, if you're getting a lot of mud puppies, I hope you can see that. We're breaking the worms down into little chunks like this, so that if a mud puppy does come, hopefully he just takes a little piece of that worm instead of threading the whole worm off of the hook.
And then you squish the fathead so its guts pop out. Little graphic. I think YouTube will be okay with it. I will put that one on that I crushed for you.
Hook them in the mouth or the base of the tail. We put it right through the head.
Mouth is pretty meaty.
Mouth and head, just because it'll stay on there a little better. Just messing with you, Luke. Get him on the ice.
Sometimes you can try and experiment and leave one live so it's down there on the bottom flickering a little bit. These fish do have receptors for that kind of thing, they know.
Doug Vaughn, for the underwater footage, we just used a GoPro. It was a Hero 5. And then our main camera is the DJI Osmo. Keep going through.
Oh, you didn't put lunker lotion on it.
See, he keeps trying to...
I keep trying to jip him. So, here's all you do. Like a teardrop. That's even too much. There's how much lunker lotion. It's like a little booger of lunker lotion on my finger. And we're just gonna... It's super sticky. It's hard to get off. And I even rub it on that line. It's a braided line, so it's basically a tiny...
Oh, he's back.
He's back. He's on the graph. We haven't stung his lips too hard, and he's hungry for bait. I wouldn't have anticipated that they would have shown up like this, but maybe I was underestimating myself. Can't wait to see the underwater footage. Yep, stay tuned. We've said underwater about 104 times in the past 10 minutes. 99 viewers. What are we fishing for? Flat State Outdoors. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys for all the thumbs up. We're up to 83. Share away. Tell your friends about our page. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. We're fishing for lake sturgeon.
Ice fishing.
Ice fishing for lake sturgeon. And my hopes are high. I've got a good feeling.
We're gonna get one, that's for sure.
We're gonna get one. Hopefully we can keep this thing rolling long enough, keeping some people in YouTube land interested enough to continue watching to the point where we catch a fish.
Any of you guys hunters or just fishermen? I don't hunt. I don't like guns.
I go hunting for agates and deer sheds in the spring, but I love guns.
Show the vex.
I don't have any.
Josh Halverson. Yeah, give me a second. Let me get through some comments. What up, boys? Jonah Winter, Idaho.
Hey, buddy.
Love you, bud. Fishing for sturgeon. Yep, Blaine. Blaine.
Blanchard.
Maybe I'm not sure.
No rod tip. There is no rod tip.
Nothing
Ryan.
like fishing with a dominant personality. Blake is a dominant personality. That's for sure. It's like me and my son fish together. Oh, that's so funny. Blake is dad. That's so true. Exactly. Wow, the trans went out. He's talking to Luke. Getting closer to 7,000 subs.
Yes,
Thanks,
guys. We appreciate it.
We had a great day yesterday.
7,000 subs. Keep them coming. That's what we're in it for. Is YouTube subscriptions. We want to be huge someday, but we can't do it without your clicks. You show us attention, and we'll provide more and more content to keep you guys happy behind.
All right, let's show you this fish because he's down
on there. I want Jacob to sit up. I'm having a little bit of
anxiety.
I'm having anxiety right now because I cannot see both bobbers at once. So right there, hopefully the camera is focusing. I'll put my finger there. That eruption of light that occurs on the bottom is the fish. And what I'm gonna have Jacob do is hop up into his chair.
Yeah,
and,
my knees hurt anyways.
Why don't you just hand that for a little bit, because I really need to take control of this situation.
No,
okay, because that one is not perched up to be like a hair trigger.
Oh, I gotta stretch.
It has to be.
That was hair trigger.
No. You gotta do some experimentation, guys. Find out what you like. Find out what works for you. We can tell you what works for us, but it may not translate to what you want in your area. These are just some general ideas, some general things that we've came up with over the year that help out. Now, will you back up just a tiny bit so I can see that bobber?
Who is this guy?
If I can't see it,
Who is this guy?
It's a bad setup.
I see it.
He wears glasses, and I'm supposed to trust the guy with glasses? These fish fight so hard. You have no idea. So the other night I caught a 68-incher.
Your wife's in the stream. Somebody and somebody just went to bed. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Girls up late?
Oh boy, they just went to bed. My wife's chiming in, letting me know that the house was a little bit crazy tonight. The girls stayed awake for her.
That's awesome though. Just to watch Dad. I give a thumbs up on that any day.
Two of them.
Two. Get away from my pool.
Alright, so I'm putting my hand here so I can
It was tight. Don't tell me it wasn't.
No, that was good, but I think he had a mud puppy show up. And sometimes that becomes the problem that you have out here. Let me see. What do we got? Yeah, charge it up. Get a little glow on it. There's still something down there, and this one isn't marking that big yet, but sometimes small marks turn into humongous ones, and the ones we're looking for fill up the bottom 1 foot of the column, and it's still there. We're in a good spot.
Who is this Julio guy? Get rid of him, Pops. Who's coming in as Northwoods Angling? That's Luke.
Yep.
Wow, I think we missed one. Haha, you're supposed to trust the guy with the glasses. He can see the bobber across the river. That's right, Robert.
Ha! 2020. I'm good to go.
What fish
I'm a
are we
bobber
talking?
hawk.
We are ice fishing for lake sturgeon, so we're hoping to get something.
We're in a river, but it's called the lake sturgeon.
50 inches, something like that, hopefully.
Yep. We're going to go over a little bit of information again. If some of you are just tuning in, thank you for joining us. Luke is commenting from his computer. He worked late at the office tonight. He's commenting as Northwoods Angling, so if he fields any questions or gives you guys any answers, pay attention to him as well. Peter's at home. Now we're marking what I call a donkey. This is a massive, massive mark. Never between them two.
Alright, Dad, just set it up. Set it up, Dad. I want to show you guys this mark. The good thing about fishing with Blake is, like, if you go boat fishing with Blake, you never throw an anchor. You will not allow it. So you just get to sit there. It's almost like a guided trip.
More than likely, I won't like how you threw it if you did throw it. I'm very particular. I like to take control of the situation, and my results are good enough.
He's doing great. Wish I was fishing. Yeah, you should have came out.
Dad, Zach Richards. I was about to wear the zip-up hoodie that I got from you guys.
How you doing today? That's Blaine. I love that name.
Yeah,
we call him Blaine.
Up a lot. Yeah.
All right.
They speak in a southern accent, and they call me Blaine.
Hi, Blaine.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun out here. We're having a lot of fun out here tonight. Thank you guys, everybody from wherever you are joining us, tuning in.
Yeah, let's get a shout out from where everybody is. City, state.
Absolutely.
Let's see where you're from.
Pure Leaf for the win. Gotta feed the water. Pure Leaf. I'm from Minnesota. So we should probably do a plug in like Luke's honor. If you guys want great things to happen in your life, if you want big fish to fill the photo gallery on your phone,
even if you want a better job,
you get yourself some Pure Leaf. That's just step one. This is elementary. It's fundamentals.
St. Paul, Central Minnesota.
Is day one stuff. Yeah, guys, start shouting out. Where are you from? Hutchinson, Minnesota. So Texas. Brady, Texas. Southeast Arizona. We got people chiming in left and right. Florida, Indiana, St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas. We'll be there this year. Love that Pure Leaf. Southeast Iowa, Northern Iowa,
Bemidji, Maryland,
Hutch,
hey, you guys,
Idaho, checking in. Another person named Tennessee, Northern Illinois, Oklahoma, Japan. Are you kidding me? We're worldwide. Woodbury, right around the corner. Judah, Las Vegas. Hey. Thanks for tuning in, Tailspin Angling. Ohio, Prior Lake, Chaska, North Dakota,
Indiana.
We can't keep up. Stillwater.
Oh, you see your heart.
We're so close, you could come out and join us almost. We have a 2-man shack. Stillwater's right around the corner. St. Louis, Missouri. STL. Forest Lake, right up the road.
My name is Judah. He's not from Judah. Florida. Florida, do you guys think we're crazy out here on the ice? Have you guys ever been ice fishing?
Have you ever seen ice that isn't floating in a cup? Florida Georgia line. Isn't that like a square dance band or something?
It's a song, isn't it?
Something along them lines. Milford Lake, Kansas. So another thing that we like to do along the lines of superstition is play music. when we're live streaming or doing YouTube stuff, there's copyright, there's infringement rules. We can't use video, or we can't use recordings, but rest assured, as soon as this live stream is done, we are gonna put on some music. Oh my God.
Jumbo.
Watch your bobber.
Come on.
We don't care about you right now.
We do.
For the moment, this one is ridiculous.
Dad.
Oh my God. This is a slaunch donkey.
A what?
I don't know. I seen it on a bass fishing show.
Slaunch donkey?
A slaunch donkey.
Alright.
I like calling big fish donkeys, but that adds a whole nother dynamic to it.
Oh, come on.
Oh man. So unnecessary to have a Vexilar when you're just fishing the bottom. You could keep your eyes glued to the bobber itself. But when this happens, the excitement, your beats per minute pickup. Oh, yep. Pick that off.
Tell me
it's I hope he just didn't bump it. Watch your rod tip the whole time.
I didn't.
Now, if Jacob hooks up with one, what do you got going on there? I don't like
twisted. There. I got one.
You got him.
Fish on, baby.
Woohoo! So what we got to do? The pandemonium breaks up.
Oh, it's wrapped.
No!
It's wrapped around the tip.
Oh, get it. What are you doing?
Look at.
Fix it. I'll handline it.
All right.
It's not a monster, but it is feeling. Oh, it's got some shakes.
All right.
Don't kill me.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, we're on him.
Grab the camera.
My line's up.
He's already here.
Oh my God! I almost.
Hey!
It's not the monster we were after.
I got it.
It's not the monster we were after, but success has been had by all.
That was pure chaos right there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All of that for this. Jake, show off your reward.
I gotta show what happened here, because this sometimes happens when you're fishing for sturgeon through the ice.
Yep.
We got him in the fin. So what happened is he actually swam by. I saw the tick. Ow, ow, he's cutting me. And set the hook, and we actually got him in the fin. But check this guy out, guys. It's lake sturgeon, ice fishing. I know it's a little guy, but these are super cool.
Show them
Super
barbels
spiny.
off the front there.
You gotta get me some
So
more.
here's what's up, guys. Jacob's gonna give that fish a little bit of attention and keep it in eye shot for you. It's very warm in here, so we don't have to worry much about. We don't have to worry at all about these fish freezing. They can stay out of the water for a little bit. They're very, very hardy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys a little bit about what these fish kind of look like. They're really, really neat creatures. But first and most importantly, will be getting our baits back in the water, because these fish do tend to roam around together.
Alright, so there's the bottom. Check out that. Little sensors on the front of his nose right there. He's got a mouth that extends out.
Kind of contrast them a little bit. Little danglers.
And a mouth that...
Here.
Where is it?
Get your hand out once.
Alright.
And I'll...
You're trying to make him kiss me?
Alright,
Alright, let me get this mouth quick.
So what they do is they swim around, and they have a mouth that protrudes. Here, we flipped them upside down. We got them laying on the ice, and my bobber just went.
Get it. Alright, let's get this.
Oh boy!
Did you get him?
Got him! Lunker lotion for the win! Mine's bigger than Jacob's.
Oh no! Look at that! Double, baby! Double!
It's not a donkey. It's not the slaunch donkey we hope for, but they're biting.
Two!
Cold weather, sturgeon,
It's
fishing,
freezing out.
frontal conditions, nothing
Little double
is mine
babies!
bigger.
Little double babies!
Is the question. Double baby
Oh
sturgeons.
my god, they're the same. Oh! They're the same size. It's a lake sturgeon. I'm gonna get mine back since he's been out of the water for a little bit. Let's get a little release shot if we can. I I can't see. Right there.
Here, maybe.
There he goes.
Okay.
Oh, double release shot. Oh, mine went. Double. Come here. Oh, all right, 2 down. Woo! That was awesome.
All right,
yeah.
plop that thing back up, reignite
All right,
the
let's
heater.
get some baits down.
We knocked the heater loose, Jacob.
Oh, it is cold.
So that's going to be our most important.
Dad's got to get me in line now.
Yeah. I'm probably going to have to give him igniting directions on how to get a heater running.
Oh, did we lose anything down the hole?
I hope not, other than
felt
two
like
fish.
we did.
What do you mean lose something?
All right.
Oh, thought we dropped something?
I don't know. It just was
Where's
chaos.
the rod holder? Oh, no, it's all good.
All right, we're
Bobbers
good.
float.
We all
Phone's
good?
Still here.
You guys like that? Heck yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, Jake, high five.
Heck yeah.
Nice. We came through for you guys. They're not big, and it's hard to guarantee big fish.
Hey, let's get some bait on this.
But we're gonna
What are you doing, Dad?
I've got mine baited.
Whoa.
So you're gonna have to open up the crawlers on your own. I can scoop you up a few minnows.
Thanks for everybody that's tuning in and
Yes.
stayed on the channel.
See, it was
here.
worth the wait. You got to watch us catch 2 30-inch sturgeon. And the excitement is always the same.
Yes.
Every bite before you decide to make your move, you just don't know. It could be a sharp little 30-inch, or it could be a monster 80+ inch.
All right, so for the new people joining in, we're using a walleye spoon with an upgraded O-ring and treble
split
hook.
ring.
Split ring, O-ring. It's a
Yep.
Oh, Dad.
And a heavier duty treble hook.
And then we're taking crawlers and we're cutting off little pieces about this big, just because we have mud puppies on the bottom. So if they're to take some of these crawlers, there may hopefully, our theory is they're going to take 1 or 2, and we're still going to have bait on our hook, rather than just having one crawler wrapped around the hooks and they're able to pull that whole thing off.
And what he doesn't have going on so far yet is the addition of fathead minnows. So just smush them, make them dead, get that scent trail kind of wafting into the stream, into the water that you're fishing. I go with 2 or 3
Tailspin angling, shout out, bud.
2 or 3 fatheads and a worm. Worms are hard to come by this time of year in our part of the country. Most places only stock them through the summer months. And then guys switch over to these little wax worms.
Hold on.
Basically maggots.
Both those fish were caught on what?
Lunker lotion.
Yeah, bring it over here. Bring me that lunker lotion. Oh.
And you actually don't have to really reapply. I mean, we're going to, just like a promotional plug, Lunker lotion. It gets the fish.
We're not sponsored by them.
No, we're not. But we are sponsored by Bottom Dwellers Tackle, and he has a huge assortment of these, and they are cheap as can be.
$2-3 a piece.
And they can't hurt anything.
Why not?
They can't hurt anything.
Yep.
And they're not for human consumption, so if you get hungry, it's going to be the worms or the minnows.
What do we miss here? You
Uh,
gotta go back up. There's a bunch of comments. Alright,
we're going to go back. Believe it or not, we are still marking fish. So when Jacob caught his fish, the reason that I did that, I wanted him to hold his fish for a moment and get another bait down. These guys seem to travel in groups. So where there's one, there tends to be more. And just what we showed you, get your baits back down immediately. It's the most important thing. Get the fish topside. If you have a buddy with, let him. The front, always the front too. If you have a buddy with, have him manage the fish while somebody else gets the line back down onto the bottom. The likelihood of catching 2 fish back to back, or at least relatively close together in proximity of time, is best if the bait's not laying on the ice. Guys, we're gonna get caught up with the questions. Our thumbs are still going up. We're up to 91. Any fish is a good fish. You're right.
Thank you.
Yo, Bryce, let's go find their shack and crash it. Don't crash nothing. It's way too cold for crashing our shack.
Don't come looking for us either.
What Is it a secret to where whatever river you're fishing on? No. Luke answered that question. St. Croix River. And there's no dumb questions here, guys. If you have any questions, Luke's feeling a 70-incher.
Oh,
I think we're getting caught back up to when we made the hook set on that. Luke, if we would have caught one more of them and added all 3 of their lengths, it would have been a 70-incher. You're absolutely right. Now, for the local guys that are tuning in, we just had everybody kind of do a shout out as to where you're watching from. And it looked like we had people from all over the country, all over the world. But if you're fishing for these things here, it's very cold. A little bit of common sense goes a long way with keeping these fish safe and healthy. And freezing temperatures and wet things don't exactly go hand in hand. These hub shacks provide you with a lot of room for handling big fish in a warm environment. If you're outside, get the fish back down right away. I know a lot of guys that fish the flip over style shacks. You're lacking for room, so when your buddy wants to take a picture of the fish, you've got to go outside of the shack. And if you're in a cold spell, I'd say anything below 30 degrees, wet stuff freezes quick. So keep the fish warm, put them back into the water. They're a protected species. They're a species on the rebound, and they're really, really cool. And it's been a long time in the work for these things to make the kind of population rebound that they have. The other thing is, don't hold them by the gills. Please. Them were little tiny ones that we caught there. You can kind of manage them with one hand. But when it comes to fish of 40, 50, 60, 70 inches, the kind of supported way to do it, their tail right before the fork makes a great handle. Any adult can put their hand all the way around the tail, grab it hard. You can't constrict anything down there. Grab onto the tail, and then right between their 2 pectoral fins, kind of put your flat palm underneath. You don't need to get up involved in the gills. That's a vital area for these fish. So them are just kind of my 2 little tips as to keeping these fish healthy, because the 30-incher that you catch today, essentially 30 years from now, is the 60-incher that you're looking for. Very slow growth rates on these fish. Studies in our areas have indicated that they grow about 1.1 inches per year or slower. I caught one that had a 10-year tagging study done on it this fall. That one had only grown 0.9 inches per year. And I've kind of experienced a little bit more data that suggests that it's always around an inch a year, give or take a tiny bit. So very slow going, very slow growing. And if we want to see these fish meet their historical sizes that they have been able to achieve 100 years ago, protecting them is super important.
How old is a 70-inch fish?
I don't know. You see, I've seen conflicting data with that, and every body of water is going to be different, but you could certainly guarantee a 70-inch fish is going to be over 50 years. And I'm not a biologist, don't grill me for any of that, but these are a fish species that have been documented to last longer, live longer than 100 years. So a lot of these fish, unfortunately or fortunately, they'll outlive us.
Panfish, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, bud.
Yes, absolutely. Lots of thumbs up, lots of subscriptions tonight. We're approaching 7,000 on our YouTube channel, and obviously you guys have found that this far. Share our stuff to your Facebook, share our stuff to your Instagram, take our pictures, share that, spread it around, give us thumbs up, give us the hearts, give us all the attention that you can.
And we'll keep doing this for you guys. And
we'll be able to keep doing this. Yeah. We're going to stay tuned. We're going to be doing a giveaway very soon. We'll be posting that all through our Facebook, stuff to follow on there. We kind of follow that platform for the social media giveaways. So you found us here on YouTube. Also go over, check us out. It's Northwoods Angling on everything. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, email. Northwoods Angling at Gmail.
Yep.
If you guys want to get in contact with us, Jacob, why don't you tell them how? And
you can contact us through Facebook. Just send us a message. I mean, you can see that Either Luke or myself usually respond through Facebook. You can also send a message through YouTube. Yeah, your knees
My
hurt.
knees hurt.
And you know, any way you want to get a hold of us, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're everywhere. So, and you're welcome. Get a hold of me. Yeah, you need to get a Wolfram rod.
Yes.
You can have a rod to give away. That would be sweet. We will do that. Thank you, Wolfram.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for that offer. Yes, if anybody wants to get in contact with where you can get these, the market kind of situation right now with what there is available for catching really heavy fish, you need to be prepared, because anytime you come out, it could be that fish of a lifetime where you get the opportunity to hook into an 80-inch fish. Whether or not you get them above the ice is up to your terminal tackle and your gear. If you want the right thing, reach out to Andy Wolfram. He's on Facebook. He's got a website. What is the website again, Jacob?
I think it's Wolfram Custom Rods.
Wolfram Customs.
Contact him on
Run a
Facebook.
Google search.
Yep.
Look him up on Facebook. Super busy, but he will get back to you, and he will mention us, mention Northwoods Angling. He'll ship them anywhere that you want to fish with these things for.
There.
Up until we had found him to make us, there it is. Luke has included a link in the comments section if you guys want to follow through to that. Again, thanks to everybody just tuning in. We're out on the ice. We're lake sturgeon fishing. We're a couple fish deep, a couple mud puppies deep. Things are going in the right direction. Actually, right now, we got another really big mark, which indicates that the fish is right below us. So before we found these rods, the only thing that we could really find to use were heavy walleye poles, which were really subpar, or lake trout poles. And what they typically do with lake trout poles is it's just slightly longer than a walleye rod. They're not super heavy. So this is really the only available thing on the market. Unless you're a custom builder yourself, the sky's the limit. If you've got 70 bucks burning a hole in your pocket, I think that's the basic MSRP. Starting off, oh boy.
Big fish. Big fish.
Yeah, there's...
Give us a minute. We got to look at our bobbers.
And I'm going to be out here all day tomorrow too, actually, as a matter of fact. Got a pretty good opportunity to fish over the next 9 days.
Where can you get the hoodies? Thanks for asking, Nick. Northwoodsangling.com/shop. Turn around. Is that the one?
I'm not going to turn around right now, but I will in a minute. Will you please sit up on this chair for me for a minute?
No, I will not, Dad.
I'll reach in front of you.
Oh, do you need to move it? It was perfect.
I will admit it was pretty perfect.
It was.
He did. I just can't help myself.
All right, let's see here. Let's get back. What do you guys think about the 13 fishing rods? Not big enough for what we're doing here.
No, but if you're targeting kind of conventional ice fishing stuff, perch, panfish, walleyes.
Wolfram says Facebook a.w.wolfram custom rods for a quick response. He'll respond to you right away. If you want to get the same rods we're using out here, they're fairly cheap and they're going to handle those huge fish. So give him a message on Facebook. Send him out.
You're seeing me darting back and forth. This fish is still on here and Jacob's blocking my field of view. Yeah. My anxiety level is a lot higher than this shack ceiling right now. So it takes everything in me to not push him out of the way and try and get a better view.
Is Luke still in here? You need to moderate.
Luke's still in here.
Luke, you need to moderate.
Luke, pull a couple people out. If you guys see inappropriate comments, we apologize. There's some childish people that show up on YouTube. And
we try to do everything a family show. We all have kids. We want our kids to be able to watch it. We want your kids to be able to watch it.
But if you guys go back to watch, we will go through the comments section and wash out all the filth. Yep. Nobody needs that. This is PG as far as we can control, but when we're on a live stream, you may see a pathetic comment pop up from a troll that just wants some attention.
Show us the fish. We already released them. We're hoping to show you some more.
Right back down into the water.
Shut ups. Okay, get rid of that one, Luke, please.
Yeah.
I'm tuning out so I can go to bed. Tucker, thanks for joining in, bud. Really great having you.
What was that guy's name? Okay, Flash.
Flash, get rid of him, Luke, please. All Are you using artificials? Nope, we're using live bait.
Artificial scent attractant, yes, absolutely. And we're marking hard again, and that's why I don't want him in the way, is his bobber sprung and I wasn't able to watch it. Just one fell swoop. You can't really feel.
No.
So it's you run into mud puppy activity hand in hand with the sturgeon at the same time. That looks good. He's gonna charge it up. He's got fresh lunker lotion on his. We still have one effective bait in the water, mine on the left side, the right one, the one that we want to get bit.
What do you recommend for using for ice fishing? What are you talking about as far as
That's a pretty broad
poles?
statement.
Luke fell asleep. I think he did. I haven't seen him comment in a
Yeah.
while. So we'll try to get on those comments. I think I can.
But another thing that you guys can do
here.
to help us is I think you can flag them. You can report them poor comments when you see somebody saying something stupid
Like
that you
this
wouldn't want your
guy.
kids
How do
to.
we get rid of that?
Yeah. So
I don't know how.
I think it's not letting us from this side of the screen, but I think if you guys click down on a pathetic comment, it gives you a couple options, and you can report it, delete it, edit it, whatever.
There we go. Luke's back.
There we go. Luke's back in charge.
Thanks, Luke.
Our moderator-in-chief. It was deleted. Zach Richards.
Oh, good to see you,
Maybe
Zach.
it was you that had our back. Caesar, welcome. Everybody joining. We're triple digits on the thumbs up. We've been rewarded with a whole bunch of new subscriptions off of this live stream. We appreciate anything that we can get. If you guys are just joining us, you're watching two dudes fishing in the middle of a river in the middle of the winter.
On a sheet of ice.
Successfully, I may add. If you rewind back after this video is done being live streamed, I think around the 1 hour, 10-minute mark, we ended up getting a couple. Jacob caught a fish, and I caught one right after. Now, when you get a fish, these things can explaining how much fish fights, as far as these sturgeon, through the ice or in open water, it's amplified with the bigger the fish get. It wouldn't make much sense that, I mean, a 55 and a 60-inch fish, there's only 5 inches of separation. But the power difference between the two, they're in like a class of their own. The bigger and bigger they get.
I saw some more comments. Alex is in the house.
Alex, welcome.
Hold on. How do we do this? Luke does it like.
Oh
no! In-depth outdoors. We have a celebrity.
We have a celebrity
in the house, folks. Mr. Alex Anderson.
A round of applause, please.
In-depth outdoors.
Alex
Yes.
Anderson, in-depth outdoors celebrity status. Hollywood, how are you? Are we double punching 8-inch or 10-inch holes? 10-inch. If you're trying to chase my tracks, watch your step. You're gonna fall into a big hole. Keep your kid on a leash.
No.
Best strategy for catching winter pike tip-ups with sucker minnows. That's kind of, we rig them on quick strikes, find green weeds, find fresh stuff. If there's oxygen around, if there's bait around, the fish are
Night,
gonna
Jonah.
eat. Good night. Nerds.
See ya.
We are nerds. We're fishing nerds, and we will not deny it. Show the holes everyone wants to see.
We could try. Oh, my knees hurt. How
That's
cold
what
is it
he
out? In the shack, it's probably 66.
It's very warm in here. We got a
60.
Mr. Buddy propane heater running on
It's probably
full
2
tilt.
degrees outside. What kind of fish marker are you fishing? Fish marker?
I think that might have been my phone.
Did you lose your phone down?
No.
All right,
But I got worried.
I don't know if I can see.
There you go.
Can you see that, guys? There's a double hole right there. And Blake's setup. Vexlar FL18, and we have a fish on the bottom. This is the bottom 6 feet, so this is the bottom at 0, all the way up to 6 feet. If we see anything moving at the bottom of this, that's a fish. That's a sturgeon.
Jacob, I gotta go make sure that the ATV is still outside. Make sure it didn't blow away in the wind.
Make sure the ATV is outside.
Yeah, it's really windy, guys. I'm gonna go and do a perimeter evaluation. Make sure that everything's.
Sit in chairs. I think you're right, Dwayne.
Yes, the beauty about using chairs like these, they fold up quick and they get out of the way because you need to make every bit of information
You want to
available.
answer this question? What kind of river structure do you look for?
You look for irregularities in the bottom. A break is not essentially created equal. A break is just a hill. Picture kind of typically in a river, the edge is the shore. That's very simple. And generally speaking, of course, you could pick it apart that there's a million different situations. But in the river that we're fishing now, it gets to be, it's a big basin river, probably an average depth of 35 to 40 feet. And it pretty much drops off right from the edge. There's a couple of flats, a couple of points, a couple of things that you can look out for. And them are the irregularities that you want to find. You want to find where the current may be funneling down the river channel. And as soon as it starts to make a turn one way or the next, and you follow the hill, follow the break up, bait will, dead bait, stuff that accumulates in a river, will sink to the bottom and
get stuck in those
kind
areas.
of follow them areas.
There's a fish.
And if you pay close enough attention, you can key in on them. The fish are traveling the entire lake lengths of these breaks. The tagging data that our DNR has done, they've tagged thousands of sturgeon out here at this point, both Minnesota and Wisconsin. And the data that they've collected indicates that these fish are roamers. They're moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30 miles all up and down. They don't exactly stay put. So they're just aimlessly following the bottom of the river, sniffing and tasting stuff to eat, and then eating it. But I think that such a long-lived species probably picks up on a couple of key tricks on where the most bait accumulates at. And I think that's kind of what I try to keep in mind when I decide where I want to set up for sturgeon at. And it's not the same spot every time, but it's the same general idea every time. You can pick the river apart just like this from one end all the way down to the other. There's no shortage of spots. One other thing that I want to stress, we kind of gave a couple of pointers. This was intended to be a Q&A. If you are going to come out here and fish sturgeon, these things can make really long runs. You have to have a high capacity spool on because these things can peel off 50 yards relatively quick. So you have to space yourselves out close enough to another fisherman for sturgeon if you're out here fishing at night, maybe like 100 or more feet. Give each other room. There will be nothing more frustrating than the time that you have somebody else wrap up your lines or your fish with theirs or vice versa. You don't want that to occur. It's a good way to lose a fish. And the name of the game is taking pictures of these things. So if you want to get them topside, keep a couple things in mind. Treat these fish with some respect, and it'll pay dividends in the end.
Do you think Vexilars are one of the most reliable units? I've had mine
Absolutely.
for almost 10 years.
Mine's
so.
14 years old, and I don't have any problems with it. Charge a battery, and you're good to go.
Message deleted. Oops.
Thank
How old
you.
were you when you caught your first sturgeon? How old were you?
I'd have to think about that a little bit. I think that I started fishing for these things about 10 years ago.
Yeah,
and that was open water. I didn't know what to expect. River ice fishing sounds very, it sounds very dangerous, and it can be. So I was a little hesitant to begin in the first place, but now that I do, it's
just recently, 2 years ago is when they opened up for us to actually be able to get on the ice and the ice fish for sturgeon. So now it's legal to do. Before it wasn't. So it's been about, as far as ice fishing, 2 years.
Yes, but as far as open water goes, we've had a regulated season for a couple of decades now. And a good season too. Our fall season, if you want someplace to bring your boat, we've got a host of great ramps up and down both sides of the river. And it's relatively easy to read. It's pretty straightforward.
It's on Navionics, so.
It's all on Navionics. You don't need expensive electronics past that point.
Fish are sleeping now? No, that's not
No,
true.
they're not. They're just on their way over here.
You guys ever fish down in Rochester, Winona area? I have not. Have you?
No.
Great details for the rivers. Thanks, man. What got you to start fishing as a kid? God, it's so long ago. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for the subs, guys.
I guess what kind of made me fish is once you're hooked and you just have like a drive to see what is the next biggest one. How big do these things get? You can only see so far down the river, so everything other than your electronics is a relative mystery to what's going to eat your bait next. And we've had some really weird occurrences out here. I've caught a muskie doing this. I've caught, oh boy, you guys might be in for it. Back away from that bobber so you don't hinder my vision once again. You guys, this fish came in tight to the bottom.
He's here.
And there's a couple of things that you can look for on your Vexilar, and that's one of them. Sometimes you'll see flickers coming in a little bit higher. We've used some AquaView underwater cameras before. We haven't recorded with them, but we've taken a look at what these fish do when they come in, and it's very interesting. A lot of times they'll nose down, they'll lift up their tail at an angle. So I think that's what you'll see marking higher on your Vexilar around the 1 and 2 foot mark, is that tail up a little bit, like they're sniffing out the bottom, so to say. Kind of, we call it like roto-rooting around. They're rooting down on the bottom, and that's kind of what this one looks like it's doing right now. But it's never the most reliable thing. We know why they're here. We know what they're looking for. It's just if he decides to have it. So Jacob just
get that off. Get that off. I'm hooked up.
Oh Jesus! This is why I like to be the dad. Oh,
let go. All right, hooked up, baby. Oh, it might be a little bigger. Hopefully, I have a little bigger than yours.
So we are hooked up. Another thing that you can expect to have occur on a night is if you do run into some smaller fish.
Ow!
It can be a good indicator.
We lost him at the hole, but I got him.
He's green as can be. Watch your knee, you're on the hook.
Oh.
Yeah, you got yourself hooked.
All right.
The hook popped out right when he got up to the surface.
All right, so what happened there, guys, is I saw my
I'm gonna let you.
I saw my bobber go, and I just grabbed the line and I set the hook, and we got this guy, little guy, but oh gosh, so fun.
The right species. We're doing something right. You can't control the size.
Our rods are built for about a fish about 10 times this size.
But
so
they're getting bigger. They're getting less sharp.
We're getting a little bigger. Check it out, guys. Lake sturgeon number 3 of the night. So
it's probably a 35, 36 inch fish. We do have a tape measure width behind, but we're not going to lay him on.
He's just, I'm letting him go back and forth. I know Blake said it before, guys, but this is it. Holding the back of the tail and your hands right up under those fins. This is probably one of the safest ways to hold a sturgeon. And there's no way you're going to harm them when doing this. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get this guy back in because he's just getting me all gross. And he's actually pretty stinky. This is probably the stinkiest sturgeon I've ever smelled.
Yeah, it is. That one does have a disgusting scent to it. I don't know
why it smells so bad. All right, grab that phone. Let's show them this release.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We're going to go dark for just a moment, and Jacob is going to...
what was that?
So, there's Jacob. There's the filming light, and you can see the hole just right beyond there. Live action. Thanks, guys. Andy Wolfram. It's not what you built it for, but we're working in the right direction. That one's probably 5-6 inches bigger than the last one that we caught. And the action's...
It just got the fish up real quick, but we get a bigger fish, we're going to be able to handle it. That's why we have that rod. So here we go. We're going to let him go.
Is that an average fish? I guess if you looked at it in terms of... Yeah, it's kind of middle of the road.
You're good.
Yeah.
He's pissed. He's ready.
Splashes tail and heads back down. Jacob's going to get his bait right back down onto the bottom after he charges it up on our light here.
See how he... Dad. I got it, though.
Yes. There always has to be a director in every show.
Lunker lotion.
No more lunker lotion, but you need minnows. Nice work, buddy. You got that one.
That one stunk so bad.
So disgusting. You guys can be lucky for the evening you do not have smell-o-vision. That was nasty. Yeah. We've smelled some nasty fish. Nothing is going to compare to an alligator gar.
No.
But that thing was trying to set some kind of record.
It was pretty stinky. Well, I'm up 2-1, buddy.
2-1. I'll beat him.
So I just grabbed the line. I grabbed the line, set the hook. That's the cool thing about these. You're not using circle hooks. You're using treble hooks, and you're able to just quickly set it. I was able to get my rod straightened out while he held on to the line.
And there's another one moving in right now. So that's why we stress the importance on keeping baits on the bottom. Any moment that they're up is a moment wasted, an opportunity wasted. Jacob, I'm gonna go and check out here.
Are you guys enjoying this? How are we doing? Luke, how are we doing?
What are we doing on the timer?
We're at an hour 45 minutes.
Should we call it at 2?
He said phone, please. Can you look at your phone?
I will in a minute, but I gotta
I think he's gotta go to the bathroom. Carp get that smelly? Yeah, we've smelled some pretty smelly carp. 2 more. Let's try to get you all 5, get to 5 fish. Hey, we're gonna try. Great night to watch the stream. Thanks, MP Outdoorsman CV. Nice fish, live action. Any guest appearances from Rob B in the future? Met him at Wigwam a few years back. I think we were there too. He talked my ear off. Yeah, Rob's a great guy. We'd love to have him back. Let's see, Bryce. Let's go ice fishing for sturge. Good going. Thanks, Stan. I know there was a donation, so I got to go back to it. Muddy River Catfishing. Thanks so much for the donation. Let's get some super chats for Northwood. Really appreciate it. Really helps us out. And
throw that out there. Maybe other people don't know how that works. If you
is there a dangerous animal out there, such as bears? Nope, not in Minnesota.
Yes, there's black bears. We've got coyotes.
Not where we are.
Yes, we've got black bears right where we are. Yes, there's breeding population of black bears pretty much everywhere across North America. Jacob's not as avid as an outdoorsman as myself. I don't hunt them, but I know of their existence. Shout out Muddy Rivers Catfishing for his donation. He did. Luke,
thank you, Muddy River.
It was just the delay between the two.
There, answer that one. Let me get this.
Answer the next one, guys. I'm going to set that phone down. Let you know what we got going on. Forget the Trinity River for Gator Gar. You guys should go to Lake Cherokee Canyon in South Texas. 7.5 footer there.
Message us. We'd love to try
Message us. We're always down for new ideas. We're always down. Later, Nolan, you're out of here. Nolan's a local sturgeon fisherman, cat fisherman buddy of ours. Have a good night, Nolan.
Thanks for joining.
What kind of spoon are we using? It's called the VMC Tingler spoon. Upgrade the split rings. The ones that come on them and the hooks will straighten out. They're just not enough. But I also use VMC brand, like surgically sharpened 1X heavy hooks. Straight point. What is your favorite fish? Jacob, what's your favorite fish?
To fish for or fish? I think my favorite fish is a blue catfish, but I think my favorite fish to fish for is an alligator gar. And the reason the alligator gar is my favorite fish to fish for is because we use a lot of technology. We have carp beepers that we set on the shore. We spread them apart 100 yards a piece. Or
super involving.
Yep, it's just a really, really cool way to fish. So if you haven't seen that, check out our alligator gar videos. We'll be going back down there around the September time again and filming another show.
Yeah, we'll give another shout out. He just announced a little bit ago at Andy Wolfram. We're going to be doing we kind of have our own Northwoods edition sturgeon rod. It's kind of what it's being known as at this point. And they're selling like hotcakes. So if you want to keep Andy busy, if you want to keep these things coming, contact him. But he did announce tonight he's going to be doing a giveaway. We'll be getting together with him and doing a giveaway. We'll figure out the terms to that. We'll figure all that out, and follow us on our Facebook for further updates on that. Once you guys catch a big fish on one of these, you won't go back to anything else.
You guys ever fish northern Wisconsin? He used to.
I'm from Wisconsin. I was born in Minnesota and spent most of my childhood in Wisconsin. So I guess I say I'm from Wisconsin.
Robert Rodriguez, thanks for joining in. Have a good day at work, bud. When do you think the next stream will be? It's
probably 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Every other Thursday we try to do it, if we can. Let's see. My buddy south of Somerset had bear on his property.
Oh yeah.
That scares me. Ever fish in Arizona? I haven't. And I said I don't like to panfish, but there's a panfish lake in Arizona that I do want to go to.
I got a chair behind you if you want to get up and give them knees. I'll read off a couple while he stretches out his knees. Time to head to work. Great live stream, guys. Good luck on your night shift. What brand of boots? I've got on some Irish Setter insulated.
I got moon
1,000 gram boots. He's got on.
I don't know what they're called.
They're called Baffins.
Baffins.
He's got, I think they're Baffin trackers or something. Pretty high end.
They're pretty cool.
Extreme cold weather. No seams on what he's got, so they're perfectly waterproofed. Attaboy to the Andy Wolf from Red Ear. Andy's favorite fish to fish for is red ear. Have you all been fly fishing? Luke knows his way around the fly rod. I have that much interest in it. Absolutely none.
Yep.
I don't. To each their own. Many of them guys wonder why we travel the country and put baits on the bottom and fish for ugly fish while they're catching these beautiful
Detro
fish in a. I gotta try the spoons quick trigger now.
Let's buy the spoons and the quick trigger now. Can't believe I've been on here for 2 hours watching. Thanks, Darren. We really appreciate it.
It works. Subs are pouring in. That's what we're in it for. Thank you guys. You may see a button. It's a shameless plug. There is a donate button. If you guys like what you're seeing, if you want to donate, if you want to, it's called Super Chat. And you can donate however much you want or however much you don't want. We're not trying to beg for your money. But what we will use that money for is like what we're already out here doing. We're buying better and better cameras, upgrading our equipment. Stuff breaks, stuff gets lost, stuff gets broken. Everything that we use is in a marine environment. So you may guess we go through a lot of batteries, a lot of chargers, stuff gets corroded, stuff gets ruined. We test the limits of the warranty on every single product that we make.
Blake breaks drones, so.
Yes, crash the heck out of them. So far nothing sank into the river, but it will be coming. My only hope that if we do crash a drone in action is that we can like retrieve it.
Get the footage.
And get the footage. It would be, it's a hard pill to swallow when you crash a drone that you pretty much primarily use only for fishing. I mean, we don't recreation, we don't spy on our neighbors with the thing. We only take it out, we only fly it above water. It's an expensive, cool tool.
8 more minutes, 2 hours even. What do you think?
2 hours even. We're gonna cut the
even.
stream. Stay tuned though with how fast we've been able to reel up these little fish.
T-Dog Vlogs, thanks for joining in. Looks like you got school in the morning, so thanks again for watching.
Share with your friends.
My favorite fish is a catfish. We love catfish.
Absolutely.
Sorry, don't know your names, but the guy without the cap sounds exactly like Jeff Bridges. That's Blake. I'm Jake. Good to meet you guys.
Welcome to the Blake and Jake Show.
Get a big one in the final countdown. Usually when we say 3 minutes left.
Yeah, so here's what's going to happen. We have our regular full production camera behind us. The batteries are in. Everything's ready to go. Are you joking me right now?
Are you joking?
Somebody just donated
Walleye
$100.
Thomas 78.
Walleye Thomas 78. Wow. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
That's awesome.
That $100 will go a long ways in what we do.
Thank you so much.
You have no idea how many bulk AA's we can buy with $100. Oh my God, hype. We're excited. Yeah. Yes, damn. Thank you. This is going
Thank you so much,
fantastic.
Walleye. That is awesome. What does that say?
That
Hi,
says,
puppy.
Hi, puppy.
Hey, puppy.
I think that's a comment directed directly at Luke.
Yeah, yeah.
Poppy.
Once again, Luke's on the Northwoods, so he's commenting as Northwoods right now. We're gonna give it another probably 6 minutes or so.
Yep.
We've been out here for 2 hours. We're gonna break out the big cameras when we're done on live stream.
Because here's the way that it almost always unfolds for us. There's a donkey just showed up on the on the Vexlar, and it's getting bigger. Oh my God, it's moving in. It's past the 1 foot mark.
Everybody send your good vibes our way, because
like rub your hands together, cross your fingers.
There's a
I can't see past your pants smoke.
Oh, I'm just
back up a little bit.
I'm trying to dry them off. My legs are a little wet.
Oh my God, the excitement level that occurs, it's hard to compare.
That is so cool, Walleye Thomas.
Yes,
we haven't had that
you just
happen,
made our night. That
super cool.
Yeah, we're gonna send a little surprise your way very soon.
Yeah, get a hold of us on Facebook. We'll
thanks for the love.
Some stuff.
We got a care package coming your way.
Yeah.
That is way awesome.
Thank you so much.
We'd have been happy with $1, but you went 100 times above that. Excellent.
Love it.
A few minutes left, so what I was trying to say is the direction that this always goes. We've done a bunch. Luke has done a bunch of these. Sometimes the live streams are in an airport.
I don't know who
Jeff Bridges is like an actor. Thank you, I guess. I'm apparently debonair enough to be confused with a major Hollywood actor. And I've worked on my monotone presentation enough to try and woo you over into believing I'm some man named Jeff Bridges. That's who it is, the Big Lebowski.
Oh, okay.
But I don't feel like I don't look like him, that's for sure. He looks like he's wearing clothes made out of a couch.
You look like Bigfoot with Jeff Bridges' voice.
Hey, if he also has the voice of an angel, a male angel, hey, I'll join his fan club.
If 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes, and
so what happens? What almost always happens, we've got the regular camera out and we intend on filming anything that we end up getting tonight. We're going to end this live stream in a couple minutes. If it's like any other night that we have a camera rolling, as soon as you guys are gone, a big fish is going to come out of that hole shortly thereafter. But it's winding down now. We are at 1 hour, 56 minutes and 22 seconds, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun staring at a cell phone, chatting to people across the world.
Did we have somebody from Japan?
We did. We absolutely had somebody check in from Japan, guys. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support.
Yes.
It's been a great night. We've had fun. We're going to keep at it for a couple more hours. We've got plenty of energy left in us. And, I mean, we're showing results. So that will always keep us moving. I mean, if you're sitting out here and you've maybe gone 3, 4, 5 hours without fish, I can tell you from experience, that may not change. Bad days are bad days, and oftentimes you'll compare results with friends that may have been out on the river or the body of water at the same amount of time. The entire river will just shut off or turn on. So there is good days and there's bad days. If you run into a few of them days, don't be discouraged. You just got to keep coming out. There's no replacement for time on the water. That's all there is to it. You wonder why we have success. We joke around about using flavored attractants. We joke around about using mystery baits, fishing secret spots. It's not about that. It's about spending time on the water, and that's going to pertain to anything that you're fishing for, whether you're the fly fisherman that was commenting on something earlier, or if you're sturgeon ice fishing and your name is Jacob and your bobber just got hit. Nope. He just mud puppy whiffed it on that.
Ow, I think I pulled it.
Guys, you know you're getting old when you pull a muscle on a hook set. Jacob just celebrated a birthday, but I didn't think it was his 70th one. The fly fisherman, carp on the fly, showing us some love. We're winding down, guys. We're cutting this off at the 2 hour mark, and then we're gonna turn on some music and relax a little bit and have a good time.
We really enjoyed you guys being here with us, asking questions. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. And
we'll go back through this video once it's published, once it's kind of locked into YouTube world. We'll go back through, we'll clean up some of the comments, some of the unfavorable stuff that you don't want to see, that we don't want to see. We don't mind if you do want to see it. We're going to take it off of there. And we will also reach out to some of you that wanted to let us know you have opportunities for us to fish with you. We're always interested to hear them ideas, because going off a lead is definitely better than trying to go and figure out something on your own that you have no idea about. So any suggestions, anything that you guys got, we'll go over it again. Everything that we do is related to Northwoods Angling, whether it's northwoods.com. You want to check out our website, our store, buy merchandise. Jacob's going to show you the new River Warriors flathead shirt. We stay right there. Yeah, so there it is. It's a really heavy poly cotton blend shirt. We increased the size. We made these in t-shirts earlier in the summer. We've blown up the size a little bit. We ran a little bit bigger print across the front with our Northwoods Angling logo. So like we said, guys, anything you want to reach out to us for, to talk about, questions that you have to ask,
no, I'm not kissing him for 200 bucks. No way.
YouTube.com/Northwoods Angling. Northwoods Angling on Instagram, Facebook. Email us at northwoodsangling@gmail.com. Guys, stay tuned. Next week we should have something involving a blue cat coming out.
I'm gonna try to get winter blues on Wheeler done.
Absolutely. Lots of good footage to show you guys. Jacob, say goodbye. Let's send this thing off.
Hey, thanks for joining us, guys. Once again, throw a thumbs up. We really appreciate everybody that joins in, everybody that comments, everybody that asks us questions, and that's why we do what we do. So once again, from the bottom of our hearts,
absolutely.
Thanks. And we'll see you next time, guys.
Have a good night.
Woo!
Bye-bye.
I don't even know how to stop this.
I
Luke?
think the X.
X? Luke, we need you.
Luke, will you comment on what we have to do to stop a live stream, or are we stuck here forever?
Oh, no.
Does the X not do it?
I don't know, does it? All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Later.